Hi, everyone. Welcome back to Lisa's Love and Light. Having some issues today with this computer thing. I have a Chrome here laptop, and for some reason, I'm having a little bit of issues. Took me quite some time to log on today. I don't know if it has to do with the weather and the wind that's going on. I don't know what's happening here, but it's just craziness going on today. So just bear with me a little bit. Um, Hope you guys are having a good day. Today's a holiday. Many of us are off, as well as myself. Oh, thank goodness I'm here um, because I don't know, the lighting, everything is just. Hopefully, you guys can see me. It's one of those days where it seems to be like a lot of technical stuff going on. So, just trying to make it brighter in here. But I hope you all are doing well. Everything is going well with you guys, and that these messages are helping you. Thank you all for the likes, subscribing to the channel. I really appreciate all of you. Thank you so much. And I'm glad that these messages are helping you. It's so important, guys, because um, in the times, especially now that we're living in, everything is spinning on negativity. And because of that, it's so important that we keep going and that we take care of our physical and mental health. And don't let the noise around you distract you because there's a lot of toxicity, there's a lot of hate, there's a lot of all the other stuff. However, it's important to focus on yourself, guys, no matter what's going on, because you have to take, it's important that we, I should say, take care of our physical and mental health because without that, we can't do anything. We can't help ourselves or anything else around us. So that's so important. So, the topic of discussion today is we do not have to stay in a place of pain. We do not have to stay there. And never allow anyone to keep you in a place of pain. It's always important to heal the grief, the pain, the depression that could occur due to toxicity and other unfortunate situations that we don't have to be a victim to. Know that you're not a victim and that you can heal these things if you do the work to heal. It's not going to be easy, but one day at a time, one step at a time is so important, people, to keep going. Um, I have some notes here. I was trying to stand them up so I don't have to look at them, but in any event, we're going to get through this. It's so important. Um, what I can tell everyone in my case, how I heal is through music. Music is a healing source for me. It always has been, guys. Music is it helps to heal the soul. It heals for me the grief, the pain, along with a few other things. Just having like a playlist of music. And if you guys like music, you can do the same thing. It can help you to heal your pain. A little bit about myself for those who are here for the first time. Welcome and thank you for being here. I come from a very religious background and upbringing. Um, I've been known and labeled as the black sheep of the family. I've always been that, And growing up with that title it's been hurtful, painful, especially when I was younger because I didn't understand why I was the black sheep and why I had to go through what I went through. But as I got older and started to heal and get closer to God and stay in prayer and meditation, I started to understand things. It's like the box of puzzles that I use as a metaphor. And you don't know what it is, what the picture is, until you start to put the pieces together. And as you put those pieces together, um, you start to see what the background picture is. And so you start to understand what that is. Oh, that's a bear eating something lying next to a tree. So you start to see what the picture is. So as I start putting pieces together and doing the work, I start to see what the background situation is. Sorry about that, guys. I'm trying to get music without the commercials. But getting back to this, so as you start to do the work, you start to see things as they are and not how you want them to be. So getting back to being a black sheep of the family, I've been known and labeled as that due to my inability to conform to their world and the standards related to the religious upbringing. I would always question certain things, like why we had to conform to certain rules and regulations. For what? What's the meaning behind it? And they would get irritated with me because I would ask questions and everybody else would follow suit, but I would be always that person who would ask questions. And then why could I not be my authentic self? Why do I have to be something that I'm not? Why did I have to play by their rules? Um, this situation caused a lot of anger and division in my life, because I was not allowed to be myself. I had to, they wanted to like bend me and conform me into their way and not for me to be my authentic self. So I always marched to a different beat of the drum. Therefore, I got that label, the black sheep of the family, all my life because I was different than how they were. Eventually, because I couldn't follow rules and regulations of that religious organization, and I went into that as a minor. My mom went into that as a minor, so I had no choice in the matter. And as I got older and start to question more and more things, I was excommunicated. And so after that, I left the organization. I was labeled as someone with and mental health and behavior issues for most of my life because I could not do what they wanted me to do, and I would question everything. Which questions are good, guys, but they didn't like the questions. So family and old friends shunned me like the plague. I remember one time someone I knew most of my life, that I was at the hairdresser. This is years ago when I first was excommunicated, and she sat next to me in a dryer, blow dryer, I mean hair dryer, and I didn't even say hello, nothing. I was shunned like I was nobody, and it hurt for a real long time. People believed the hateful lies and all the other stuff that was circulating. You know, most of it was not true. Um, so I just was in a place asking God all the time, why me? Why do I have to go through this, right? And for a long time, I felt less than zero until the year 2020. That's when everything in my life changed, guys. When I lost everything dear to me, and I was down to the ground, it felt like less than zero. I had an awakening. I was talking to God a lot, probably having a lot of anger as I talked to him as to why these things were happening to me, etc., and so forth, right? And then what happened, God was showing me a lot. I've been showing me the people I had around me in a situation. Stop making excuses for people. See behind the mask that these folks are wearing because they're not your friends, that they don't care about you, etc. And I had to see it for what it is instead of for what I wanted it to be. So I had a choice, guys, to continue to allow the toxicity around me to continue, and the pain, um, to, stay in that place of pain and let it control my life, or to heal and turn that pain into power. So I chose to do the work to heal and to turn the pain I was feeling all my life into a place of power. And I also choose to rid myself of the toxicity of toxic individuals who were holding me back to continue to bring toxicity into my life. That's one of the things, guys. When you start to heal and you get on this journey to heal, you have to have a specific mindset because people try to pull you back into toxicity as crabs in a barrel. You see how they all try to get out that barrel and they're pulling each other back down to the bottom. And that's what people will try to do when you get on this road and you have this perspective that you want to heal. They try to bring you right back to the toxicity. And so what in my case, what I had to do is rid myself of these toxic individuals by cutting them out of my life. You know, boundaries in my case was not enough. I had to just cut them off and leave them where they are so that I can go to a place where I can heal pain, the grief, the depression, to heal all that stuff so that I can grow, heal, and evolve. I had to get rid of all that pain out of my life. Um, let's see. Trying to stand this up because I have so many notes here. Um, I do this sometimes when I get on, sometimes I don't have notes. But let me tell you guys something. We do not deserve pain, toxicity, and hell into our lives brought on by others who are toxic and refuse to do the work to heal. Abuse is never okay. Relationships, whether they are family situations, friendships, or romantic situations, they are supposed to enhance our life, not bring hell to it. Anything that's not for your highest good is bringing negativity and toxicity to your life. And I had to learn that as I got on a journey to heal. And as I learned that, I started to see behind the mask that many individuals were wearing, and not what I wanted it to be. I started to see it for what it truly was. And then I had to set boundaries and then cut off, block, and delete, as I always say. The first step is to start the healing process. And one of the ways you can start healing, I always encourage therapy. Some people may not believe in that or whatever, but I grew up in a family that said what goes on in this house stays in this house. However, as I start to do the work, I learned to understand that that's not okay. Because if you keep what hurts you within, then there's no outlet to heal. So therapy was a starting point for me so that I can talk about these things and find ways to get through them. And one of the things that my therapist always said is to set boundaries. And I started with that. And then I did a pro and con list of the things that these individuals were bringing into my life. And mostly the con list outweighed the pros. And then I know I had to make decisions and do things. Because setting boundaries in my case wasn't helping because people were so used to bringing the abuse and toxicity to my table that they were overstepping boundaries. They didn't care about it. So I had to cut off, block, and delete. In my case, I had to completely rid myself of these individuals, hateful individuals. As I started therapy, I stayed in prayer, meditation with God all the time, asking Him to direct me as I take these steps because I didn't know where it was going to lead me. And as I did that, God did the rest, guys. I'm persistent. I crawl, bite, chew through these situations because I know I don't deserve it. When you realize you don't deserve this toxicity, you keep going. And sometimes you may not only have to set boundaries, but you have to leave folks where they are, especially if they want to interfere with you healing your mental and physical health. That's never okay. Um, I made a decision. It got to the point where I made a decision to just leave everything where it was, meaning that where I was living, I relocated from there. I left that job and before I did that, I made sure I was set up where I moved to and left all that stuff where it was because it was interfering with my healing to grow because all the things from the past was in that area. And I had to just, one day I said, I got to go. I'm not going to stay here, leave it where it is so I can move over here and then grow, heal, and evolve. And it was one of the best decisions that I made. It was difficult, wasn't easy. And I kept moving forward, biting and crawling through the obstacles, the pain, and all the negative things that some people were saying. I just tune that stuff out. And many times I would just be in prayer with God, meditation, help me to tune these things out, help me to move forward. And as I continue to move forward, that was just noise that I was tuning out. It's like climbing a mountain. You hear all these echoes and noise around you. And as you climb higher and higher up, it's like a faint sound. You don't hear it anymore. And that's what was happening as I was doing the work, because I was determined that I deserve love and light. I deserve to heal the pain. I didn't deserve the toxicity and the negativity that these folks were bringing. Fake love, fake everything. I didn't deserve any of it. I didn't owe these folks anything. And if you're like me, you don't owe these people anything, but you owe everything to yourself, to your mental and physical health, to take care of you and put you first so that you're okay. Because if you're not okay, nothing else around you is okay, people. It's important. It doesn't matter about the noise and what other folks are talking. You have to take care of you. Um, so it was the best decision, like I said, that I made. And I left all of that behind me, the pain, all of it, as I did the work so that I can heal, grow, and evolve. And I'm not telling others to go to this extreme. What I'm telling you, however, it is necessary for you to heal. And if anyone or anything wants to interfere in your healing process, that you must set boundaries. I am saying that because that's important. What I will also say to all of my listeners, make sure that you take the time to heal your pain and grief. Um, Find creative ways to do that, to uplift yourself so that your mental and physical health does not continue to suffer. And some people who don't want to do the work, that's fine, but make sure they're not interfering or trying to stop you from doing the work to heal. That's important as well. Never put yourself on a back burner to please other people because you could be crippling your mental health further. Make sure that you're taking care of yourself on a daily basis. Whether it's an hour a day, 2 hours a day, make sure you take time out for you, to do things that build you up, whether that's listening to music, taking a walk out in nature, going to that restaurant or whatever it is, working at that favorite charity of yours, whatever it is to build you up, do it. And it's on a positive and it's going to help your physical and mental health. Do so. Don't allow anything to stop you from doing that. Never settle ever, guys, for pain and toxicity. Allow yourself to um, do the therapy, music, being in nature. These things heal the pain, and I'm talking from experience. And also, as you continue to do your work, learn to turn that pain into power into purpose, to purpose into moving forward, not only to help yourself, but help other people to do the same. That's how we win. That's how we gain a victory. Let's choose peace and healing over being broken down, busted, and disgusted. Inner peace is what I'm striving for. As I have that inner peace, um, the things that bother you will not bother you anymore. I look at things from a different perspective. If people don't like me, there are going to be people who love you, and there are going to be people who despise you. And that's okay, because not everybody is going to want to get on this journey to heal. That's okay. But for those who want to, never allow anyone to distract you. Continue to move forward. And as you do so, you start to self-love, self-care. And when you self-love, you start to realize what's for your highest good and what's not for your highest good. Let's keep this moving, guys. And there's nothing wrong with wanting to be in a better space, in a better place. That's the message today. Thank you all for being here. Continue to show up, share these videos with others, and let's keep this going. This is Lisa shedding love and light, and I will see you sometime tomorrow. thank you all for being here today. Have a great day. Bye for now.